We've seen some amazing things, but that, my friends, is something we've never seen.
Brandon Cruz Month's Advice.
Brandon Cruz Month's Advice.
Brandon Month's Advice.
Brandon Cruz Month's Advice. You just locked yourself into the playoffs.
Nice.
Got it.
Talk with old Brandon Cruz Month's Advice.
Completely speechless, to say the least.
Man, I am honestly so baffled by that decision. Brandon Cruz Month's Advice. It's Brandon Month's Advice.
Green flag in the air. Brandon Cruz Month's Advice to the front.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It is the Brandon Cruz Daily Fantasy Podcast, and first off, I just want to get into one thing right fast. I just want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in last week, who liked the video on YouTube, who liked my post, or hearted the post, whatever you call it on Twitter. I'm new to still figuring Twitter out, but thank you for everyone who interacted with me and checked the video out. Just thank you so much. You're the reason that I do this. Thank you guys. Well, I like the money as well, but I like helping you guys. I like talking to people. Thank you guys so much for supporting me and just checking it out. I got so many followers on Twitter and so many new subscribers. Thank you guys so much. Now, let me do a quick rundown of the Clash, that cluster of a race, that horrific, boring fest. My God, that was absolutely horrendous. Who did I like going into that? Jimmy Johnson. I liked him. Now, I did not think he was going to win that thing, but I really liked him based on the history of just sucking ass there and having nothing to lose and wanting to win. And I'm very happy that it played out the way it was. I played a lot of guys in the back. I played guys who finished up in the front. I couldn't find a picture of what Menard got. I don't know exactly the prizes or the points that Paul Menard got, but this is a perfect example of people of picking guys who can't lose you any positions. Like Eric Jones started 20th and he's finished 20th. But a side note right here, I think the second year in the row that the guy who started last has finished last. I think last year it was Jay McMurray, this year it was Eric Jones. That's very interesting. That is so weird. That's crazy as hell. But I was very heavy on Eric Jones just because I know he couldn't lose me any more points. He was stuck at 25. He could only go up from there. He finished last. Whatever. Only 48% of the people had him in the $8 GPP, and I don't know why. And then we had Denny Hamlin. He also finished where he started, but he had one fast lap and blah 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 blah. But that's why you take guys in the back. Even if they wreck, they still can't. They can't lose you points. Everyone who didn't make money. If you didn't make money in the Clash, it's because you started people who just finished bad and lost your points. I mean, duh, that's how this stuff is. But that's what it goes down to. I think I had 6 lineups into that race. I had 5 cash in a GPP. That's insane. You know, and on another side note, shifting gears to this right fast, is I don't play for pennies and nickels. Okay, I'm not doing this for chump change. I am wanting a return of like 20 times of what I'm putting in. If there's 20,000 to win, I want to win that 20,000. I want to be at the very top. That's how I've always gone about this stuff, whether it's poker, DFS, whatever I'm doing. I want to be the best. So anything other than that is disappointing to me. That's why I even put on Twitter, like, if I'm not winning, it's a bad day, you know? I don't give a shit if I've made 3 times my money, you know? That's a bad day in my opinion. Then if I don't make any money, holy shit, that's a train wreck. So that's just me and this stuff. I want to be number one. That's why I have so much passion into this. I want to be the best at it on here. So whatever. So the Clash, I mean, that was a crazy finish, but that really just showed like why in the small field, or in the Clash at least, you want to pick guys in the back because they can't lose you anything. And I'm not sure how it would have gone if that crash wouldn't have happened, if it would have ended under fucking rain, I would have been fucked. But either way, we walked away from the Clash with money, so we're on a good start for NASCAR if you're listening to me. But now that we're 4 minutes into the video, let me get on to the main event, or not the main event, but the first actual race of the season. The first one that kind of means something for some people, but I mean, whatever. It's the first race. It's the Duels at Daytona. I still always call them the Gatorade Duels at Daytona, but either way, here they are. Duel number 1, William Byron sitting on the pole for Hendrick Motorsports. Now, one thing that is stuck in my mind is pretty much any year that the pole sitter has had the lead and they're from Hendrick Motorsports, they lead laps, which is very interesting because first off, I would have figured that they just lean back and not wreck the car, not waste the car, just keep that thing in the back. But you know, God, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it's more along the lines of they've led laps. I can't fucking remember, man. I just went blank, son of a bitch. I'm pretty sure Alex Bowman, when he won the pole, he just stayed up at the front, led laps, or at least stayed up close. Like, the leader usually finishes in the top 5. I haven't seen them just go to the back and just ride in a long time. And with how fast William Byron was, like, I feel like Chad Canales has made a change, and he wants him to be in the draft. He wants to know what the car has. Sorry about that if I'm scratching my head. But I think Chad Canales wants the 24 to be up there, and I think William Byron's going to lead the most amount of laps, because I think everyone is just going to ride single file. There's no reason to race this. I mean, this is a fucking waste of time, other than 3 guys in this race. And Tyler Reddick's already locked in on speed, so really 2 guys in this race that aren't locked into the 500. Those are the only guys racing, Ryan Truex and Parker Kligerman. One of those guys will go home with no money, no prize money. They paid the entry fee, they drove, they did all this, and they're going home with nothing. So, Ryan Truex and Kligerman are the only guys racing. I really like Kligerman and Truex for DFS because they are race hard or bust, race hard or wreck. You know, this one's going to be a tough one. I don't think there's going to be any crashes. Maybe a 1 or 2 car crash in these duels. I don't see a big pileup, unlike the Clash, the Xfinity race, the 500, Firecracker 400 or Pepsi 400, whatever it is now. Unlike all the other super speedway races, these are the only 2 that I'm going to break away from my pick guys in the back, even though I'm still going to have a heavy set of those guys. I'm going to play more guys that I just like with strength. Like in the first duel, just looking at it right now, I really like Kyle Busch. He starts 7th. I think Kyle will at least finish 4th. That's a good amount of DFS points right there. Newman, I love Ryan Newman. For some god-awful reason, I think he'll easily get a top 7. And some other guys like I like Bubba Wallace. I like Ryan Preece. No one's gonna play fucking Ryan Preece. I can tell you that right now. If you're not in the racing scene, if you're new to DFS, there's no fucking way you're playing Ryan Preece if you're new. So I love me some Ryan Preece. I love me some Matt DiBenedetto. He's in a way better car. I love me some Matt Tiff, and you know, I love me some Newman. So I like Newman, Preece, Bubba, Matt Tiff, Parker Kligerman, and Ryan Truex. I think those are the guys that I'm going to build my lineups around. I like Harvick as well. Stenhouse will either win or wreck the fucking field. And we used our Johnson luck. I probably won't use Jimmy Johnson again for the rest of the speed weeks, but man, these races are going to be fucking boring, guys. Like, have you watched these dual races since they put the charter system in there a couple years back? Holy shit, these races have blown. They've been so fucking boring. There's no excitement. I can't believe I'm excited to get home from work and watch them. So that's the first lineup. Either pick guys in the back that like Cody Ware. I'm probably going to use Cody Ware. He's starting dead last. If he wrecks, whatever. I'm going to play, yet again, I'm going to do my 21st, 20th, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th. Those 6 guys there. And then just mix and match with other guys. And then I might throw in a lineup with not even including Cody Ware and Castle. Maybe just like Kligerman, DiBenedetto, Suarez, just throwing him in there. Bush, Harvick, Reddit, or whatever. Or not Reddit, Tyler Reddick. Or like I'm going to experiment with these lineups. Because there's only 21 guys, and I don't expect a big wreck. I don't expect any of that crazy shit. And if there is a wreck, then I'm just horribly wrong, you know, but I just don't expect wrecks in this one. And now for the excuse me, sorry about that. For the second duel, here we are. We got Alex Bowman leading and Chase Elliott. I think Hendrick is just going to try and ride in line. They're going to try and separate the Fords and just just go through. Like, I mean, there's no reason to race. The only, okay, let me back it up. The only reason to race is you get points in the duels. They started this last year and they're doing it this year. You get 10 not championship points. You get 10 season points for finished, for winning, 9 for second, all the way down to 10th place. So these guys do have some incentive to race, but man, who gives a flying shit over 10 points? Like, everyone's gonna fucking win this year anyway. We're gonna have way over 16 drivers winning. So the chase don't mean shit right now. Points don't mean shit right now. It's just a fucking bore fest. So anyway, let me get back to it. Sorry about that. Duel number 2. Just looking at the guys that I really like Kyle Larson really shit the bed in qualifying. I love Brendan Gaughan on super speedways. I love Jay McMurray. You already know me. I already like Jay McMurray a lot. And then Joey Gaze, Brendan Gaughan, and actually it's just Joey Gaze and Brendan Gaughan racing for a spot in the 500. I love Brendan Gaughan. I hope he makes the 500. Fuck you, Joey Gaze. I think that 66 car that Joey Gaze is driving just don't have the speed. He'll be in it because of the draft, but I think Brendan Gaughan's going to be the smart one to make it through. I think Casey Mears already qualified for Germain Racing, which will be really nice to see Casey Mears back in there. But if you're playing DFS, I think you gotta have Joey Gaze and Brendan Gaughan in your lineup, and Casey Mears, even with him locked in, because those are the 3 guys who kind of have to race their way in. And like, I could be horribly incorrect, but I'm pretty sure that. Let me look. What does this say on here? Sorry. Yeah, 2 open teams will make the field as a result of the best finishing in the open teams in each duel. That means 1 car out of each duel make it so 1 go home in each. Yeah. So it's just between. I'm pretty sure it's just between Gaughan and Gase, and then Kligerman and Truex in the duels. I'm pretty sure just like that. I'm pretty sure those are the only guys racing in. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they'll say before the fucking duel. So if I'm wrong, you'll find out on Thursday. But I think it's just that. I think this second duel is going to be a bit more interesting, only because you got some weird guys. You got some. I mean, this is the first duel is all the stars. Second duel is all the scrubs. Get past 10th place. Literally, get past 10th place in this duel. You got Reagan, McDowell, Mears, McMurray, Gaughan, Larson, Dillon, Chastain, LaJoie, McLeod, and Gaze. I mean, if there is a chance that someone's going to fuck up, it's going to be in this duel. So there's a thing in racing where if there's 2 duels or 2 heat races or whatever, there's always going to be one that's calm and one that's crazy. I think duel 2 is the one that's going to be crazy. I think that one has the bigger chances of wrecks in them. So if like I said, I'm going to play guys in the back in each duel. But if I had to put money on a wreck happening, like a bigger, if there could be 2 wrecks in each one, but if I had to choose a duel to say this is the duel that's going to have the bigger wreck, it's going to be duel 2. I would put money on that. I think duel 2 is going to be wild. I think duel 1 is going to be, everyone just ride line, make it. I think duel 2 is going to be insane. You got a lot of guys trying to figure out what they have. You got just like no names, man, just no names. Now to win this duel, I think it's Logano, Elliott, or Bowman. Straight up, those guys. Richard Childress has some good cars in there. RCR, I mean, Dillon and Hamlin has some good cars, but man, there's 2 Penske drivers in this race. I think Penske. I know too. Bowman, Elliott, Logano, Dillon, Blaney. Those are the what is that? 5 guys. I think one of those guys wins the duel. Hopefully, Brendan Gaughan qualifies. But that's pretty much it. The main videos and the main tips that I have are for the Xfinity and the 500 race, because that's the one where you need strategies and all that type of stuff. This one is just it's not as chaotic as the Clash, and it's probably going to be just as boring, if not more boring than that. So I mean, that's pretty much up for it, guys. I'm still going to choose guys from the back, and I'm going to be playing with the guys who are trying to race their way in. Other than that, just I might actually try and go with guys who I think are going to lead the laps, which would be which would be Bowman and Byron. And then I'll probably tweak with place differential points. I mean, I'm recording this Monday night. These duels are Thursday. I got plenty of time to think of different ways to go about this. But that's my idea. That's how I'm looking at it right now. And I don't really have anything more than that. If you have any questions, type it in the YouTube comments. Tweet me or tweet at me if you have any questions or anything. And I am happy to look it over. I am happy to go about it and to find what I can for you to answer your question to the best of my ability. But other than that, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for listening. This video should be up tomorrow morning, which will be Tuesday morning. You have Wednesday and all day Thursday to listen to this. If you guys listen to it in the car, at work, at home, whatever, thank you very much for listening. Follow me on Twitter at BrandonCruzDFS.com or not .com, but BrandonCruzDFS. And if you'd like to donate, my PayPal is in the description. Other than that, best of luck, guys, and have fun. Stay safe. Don't piss your money away, at least not all of it, and have a good time. Thank you very much for listening.